Well, just to discuss, we want to discuss more about BP. Of course, I'm joined by someone whose company last week actually increased their holdings in the company. Hans Loacker is a buy-side analyst with Raiffeisen Capital Management. He joins me now from Vienna. Hans, I wanted to actually start by asking you about speculation that Middle East investors may buy stakes in BP. We've just been speaking to Shoghri Ghanem, the chairman of Libya's national oil company. He's telling us that BP represents a very attractive buying opportunity for them right now.
Yeah, of course. BP is a cheap stock, and takeover threat is increasing, so BP, of course, may be interested in that countries from the Middle East will invest in their stocks. So this definitely is an option, but in my view, it's more realistic that it will be done by a country like Kuwait or Abu Dhabi and less by Libya. But you can't rule an investment of Libya out.
Now, interestingly, BP's share price has actually recovered somewhat in the past week. What do you think is behind that slight rebound?
I mean, on the one hand, share price dropped below 300 because of the Hurricane Alex. So when this hurricane threat decreased, there was some recovery in BP share price, and on the other hand, the relief well is approaching nearer to success, and I wouldn't be surprised if towards the success of the relief well we will see additional price increases.
And what are the options for BP to raise new funds at this point? I mean, I know the company has ruled out selling new shares, but are they likely to stick to that decision?
I think definitely yes, because like the actual shareholders wouldn't be that pleased if BP is selling new shares. So you mentioned option one. But of course they cancelled the dividend for 3/4 of the year. Probably they will only pay half of the dividend. Next year they will sell some assets. We just heard they may sell the assets in Argentina, and of course they are decreasing capex and probably offer a bond.
Now, Hans, your company has increased its BP position. Why is that?
We think BP is we are value investors. We think BP is a cheap stock, so it definitely makes sense investing in BP. It's no other oil company around that offers such cheap multiples. So that's the reason, and we definitely see a very, very likely or a very good chance that the relief will succeed.
Despite that, though, there are ongoing concerns about the company's long-term outlook. I mean, if the Gulf of Mexico oil spill is deemed a negligent act, BP will have to pay thousands of dollars, possibly $4,000 per barrel of oil leaked. Some would argue that the financial position is perhaps far from certain at this point. So is it risky to buy now?
Definitely. I mean, that's the thing. It's still a risky investment. If they are negligent, then or prove to be negligent in their operation at Macondo, then they have to pay $4,300 per barrel that flew into the Gulf. So it's definitely a risky investment, but there is risk, but there is already a good chance.
Thanks very much indeed, Hans Loacker there in Vienna.